Hey everybody, it's Glenn back with another Clash Royale analysis video. We have the grand finals of the Gems League Latin America division. Cream Real Betis versus Pain Gaming. Got Airsurfer representing Cream Esports. Luke Dubs trying to keep his team in this contest. As I mentioned in the beginning of the month, we're in May 2020. I am switching to IceBow for this month, so I've been watching a lot of 2.9 IceBow. I should mention specifically 2.9 IceBow. This game features IceBow. Still want to take a look at the ins and outs of why and how and how is IceBow being used in certain situations. As we see here, Airsurfer goes straight at Cage to start and doesn't really back up the IceBow. He lets it go, which I thought was really interesting. He's up to 70 looks. So he brings Ice Wizard in the back. He lets it go. Interesting. Did not protect it. Puts the Tesla up. Here comes Dark Prince. And archers to support. So those archers going up to Tesla, but it's not enough. They trade, and Ice Wizard should get a couple of splashes on that tower. Here comes the Knight, and by the time the Knight gets at least to the bridge, the Cage should be free. But here comes this IceBow, so it's going to be a little bit earlier. This was really interesting because the IceBow was played at the center. What I've noticed, what a lot of people talk about in terms of IceBow plays, that you want to, if you know that your opponent has poison. And there was an indicator that this could have been a Graveyard Poison deck because we had a Dark Prince come in with a Mega Minion and there was a Cage. So perhaps there was an indicator there that there was poison. So what I've been watching and reading in terms of IceBow plays, that you really want to make sure that the IceBow goes to one of the far ends that is touching a Princess Tower. This is a very ideal position for Luke Dubs. He's getting the IceBow here, and he's getting this Princess Tower when this Cage comes free and comes down, and the Goblin Brawler comes down to take care of this Knight. So this is a really good situation for Luke Dubs at this point. Even though now this Goblin is getting pelted by this IceBow. This Mega Minion is making a beeline for this IceBow, but it will be gone by the time it gets down here. This Ice Wizard should pass this Princess Tower. Yep. Now the Tesla comes in for support. Doesn't even get a shot on the Tesla. These archers are here to take out this Tesla for this Dark Prince. Nothing happens. And now we have an IceBow with support. Here comes delivery. Goes after the Cage first, then should go after delivery. This Ice Wizard has to take care of this Mega Minion first. And so Airsurfer spent all of his elixir going after the tower, and he did a really good job on this tower. Got it down to about half health. Now we have to look at what's happening over here with the graveyard, so let's back it up. Plays the poison to stop the IceBow as much as possible. And here comes graveyard. So it's not a graveyard poison at the same time because he had to use poison as defense and not an offensive attack. That gives the opportunity for Airsurfer to come in with a Knight. So instead of poison, Luke Dubs had to come down with a giant snowball to push him back a little bit so that the skeletons could get some damage on the tower, which is what happens. This brawler comes in, and Airsurfer uses Tornado to kind of answer that, and then Ice Wizard comes in at the same time. This was really, before I play this part here, I'm going to stop it here. Again, everybody who has ever done a video on IceBow says you gotta have support with that IceBow once you place it, and a lot of people who have analyzed IceBow have talked about if somebody at the back plays a 4 elixir card or higher, that's when you attack on the opposite end. We didn't see it here. Airsurfer decided to go with the same side, and I understand that. And I think that's the play, because you have support. He has a knight that's about to cross in front of this expo, and he has an ice wizard to support any air attacks, like if he does come with Mecha Minion, or if he does come with something else. Well, at this point, it's really Mecha Minion that he has to worry about here in terms of aerial attack. So those people who say, and I'm not saying that they're totally incorrect in play opposite end if a card is over 4 elixirs played in the back. This is a really good position, and I think a lot of analysts would say, yeah, you have to go for Expo at this point. You have the lead. Keep pushing on this side of the, keep the play to the strong side of the field. And the tower, and the Expo gets on the tower instead of the Dark Prince, and the Tesla just gets pushed, gets placed right in the ideal spot and goes after the attackers here on the top, the Mecha Minion and the Dark Prince. And I think we got to rewind it there, because I was shocked when I saw this Expo get played. I'm going to try to freeze it at the moment it starts hitting the tower. Right there. The Dark Prince was just parallel with the Princess Tower the moment Expo locked on, and so Expo goes after the Princess Tower and not the Dark Prince. That was, we're talking about game of inches right here. If this Dark Prince was one tile up or one tile ahead, this Expo goes after the Dark Prince and not the Princess Tower initially, and this game is totally different because this Dark Prince probably gets rid of this Expo, or at least this Expo does not do anything to the tower, because then you have Mega Minion and delivery. Instead, Luke Dubs has to try one more time with Graveyard, but that gets snuffed out. And at this point, it is all she wrote. A Tesla here just to make sure these skeletons did not make our safety net for this Tesla. This Dark Prince did not go after the Tesla, instead to break it, because then these archers would have had a fun time, even though at this point, really, it's kind of a wrap. And the last card is obviously a rocket with IceBow. And so Airsurfer locks it up for Cream Gaming. They're the champions of the Gems League Latin America Division. This was a really exciting tournament, really exciting finals. Congrats to Cream. I mean, well played. And this was a really great Expo play right here. A lot of people are saying that Expo is back. I don't know if it was ever gone. But I think the update, the mass update of the 11 cards and just the whole change in the meta for the month of May 2020 really, I don't say it put a spotlight on Expo lineups again, but I am seeing a lot more people use Expo. It's not that type of, I would say, syndrome where you kind of see something and then you kind of see it everywhere, because I'm using it now and then I see a lot of people who are using it. But a lot of players have said that, Expo is something to really take a look at for this month, because it may be better, whether it's 2.9 or whether it's IceBow that Airsurfer used right here. And Airsurfer used it really, really well in locking up the championship for Cream Esports. Congrats to them. I'm going to end the video right here. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button wherever you're watching this. Be sure to hit the subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.